In my 6 years of dieting and fat loss, cardio ranks as one of the most important tools. When I was doing cardio right, I was able to get in the shape of my life with half the effort. Getting into great shape may not be as complicated as many people think, but it requires that you get a lot of the little things right, ranging from caloric intake, macronutrient balance, progressive overload, to training frequency and more. The next most common question is, does cardio burn muscle? And how much cardio should I be doing to achieve fat loss? In this video, I'll be sharing the most optimal way to set up your cardio to retain as much muscle as possible and simultaneously burn fat. For the quick answer to how much cardio you should be doing, this is it. You should do as much cardio as it takes to achieve your goals and no more. It shouldn't be so much that it impairs your strength training and recovery or health. But before we dive in, not many people do cardio right. And for people to find this information for the YouTube algorithm, gently hit the like button, subscribe, it's 100% free, and hit the notification bell to get a notification when I upload. And if you want to know if you've been doing cardio the right or wrong way, drop a comment with your cardio routine and I'll help you out. To answer the question, does cardio burn muscle? A meta-analysis released by the University of Tampa comparing 3 groups: strength training alone, endurance training alone, and a combination of both. It concluded that those who strictly resistance trained built the most muscle, who strictly did cardio produced the best endurance results, and you can imagine a combination of both resulted in the most loss of fat. The article further demonstrated that losing muscle tissue is not that easy, especially if you're eating enough protein. The only time cardio is burning muscle is when your frequency and/or duration of cardio is too much. Another study released by Duke University Division of Cardiology conducted a study of 119 participants over 8 months, dividing them into 3 groups. Group 1 only did aerobic training, Group 2 solely did resistance training, and Group 3 did both, concurrent training. As you can imagine, Group 1 lost the most amount of fat. Group 2 gained weight, but that weight was lean body mass. However, Group 3 elicited the best results, as they decreased both in fat mass and increased in muscle mass. Now let's answer what type of cardio is the best to build muscle and lose fat. The same research paper mentioned above suggests that if your primary goal is to retain as much muscle as possible and to lose fat at the same time, low impact cardio is the best. For example, an elliptical machine, a salt bike, incline walking. The paper also showed that cardio exceeding 20 to 30 minutes negatively impacted muscle mass, and doing more than 3 sessions of cardio a week did the same. That being said, personally, getting ready for my shows, I've gone as far as doing 7 sessions per week at 1 hour maximally. This was completely fine, granted that my goal was to step on stage with a very low body fat. My personal recommendation is starting cardio at 1 session per week at 20 minutes each session, and over time, gradually increase how many times a week and for how long. When should you do your cardio? There are many factors that can drive fat loss, including your diet, sleep, and your cardio, to name a few, but the reliance on building muscle is solely on resistance training. At the beginning of a training session is when you have the most energy. The fitness industry as a whole can agree that focusing on building muscle and retaining it is important, and doing that first is the best and cardio after. A research paper released in 2016 showed that acute resistance exercise performed is negatively impacted by prior aerobic endurance exercise. In this paper, all participants showed a 19% reduction in total repetitions. We understand that there's a direct correlation between strength and muscle gain. Therefore, it is ideal to initially utilize your energy and glycogen stores on weightlifting and then cardio for an optimal outcome. And to take it to another level, completely separating your weightlifting sessions within the day or even having them on separate days is the most optimal. For example, after a weightlifting session in the morning and doing a cardio session in the evening, you give the body opportunity for it to recover and thus improve its overall performance. And to take it a step further, setting cardio sessions on your non-lifting days can also infer benefits. Finally, what is best? High-intensity interval training or low-intensity steady-state cardio? My answer is, why not do both? A study conducted by scientists at California State University with college men and women found that subjects that ran a 10-minute mile burned 119 calories. Subjects that walked a 19-minute mile burned 111 calories. Ultimately, the main objective of cardio is to burn calories. A combination of walking throughout the day, hitting your 10,000 minimum steps, and doing a few HIIT sessions allowed me to stay lean year-round. Currently, I'll walk as much as I can on the beach or just go outside for a walk, and I'll do another session at the gym comprised of high-intensity interval training, such as battle ropes, the assault bike, and cycling. Again, I would limit my HIIT sessions to 3 per week at 20 to 30 minutes per session and do a minimum of 10,000 steps. And at times this year I've gone as far as doing 25,000 steps and been in the shape of my life. So quick recap. It's not the cardio itself that burns through muscle, but more the frequency and the duration of the cardio sessions that has that effect. And research also showed that muscle isn't so fickle. As long as you're hitting your protein intake, it should negate those effects of having too much cardio. The research showed that 3 sessions per week, no longer than 20 to 30 minutes, and if you go past that and beyond that, you'll start seeing a negative effect on muscle size. However, I can tell you from my own experience that I've gone past that point. Did I lose some muscle? Yes, but I also did lose as much fat as possible, and I was very pleased with my physique. My personal recommendation of how much cardio you should do for fat loss, and I do this in my own competition prep, and I recommend this to so many clients, is start with 1 session of cardio in the gym and count that as your formal cardio, everything in the gym, and separate your informal cardio, which is outside of the gym, and this is through your steps. So in the gym, started 1 session per week doing 20 to 30 minutes. In the next week, increase your frequency, so 2 sessions between 20 and 30 minutes. In the 3rd week, increase it by another session. Once you start increasing your frequency, you can start playing with the duration of your cardio sessions, maybe at 40 minutes and so on, and that will continuously expand your caloric expenditure. The same goes for the walking, which is very low impact, which is very beneficial to holding on to muscle tissue. So start at 10,000 steps a day, and if you're someone who's unfit, even 8,000 steps a single day is great, and gradually over time increase that. This particular year, the last time I was on prep, what worked best for me was actually increasing my steps. This way I wasn't too fatigued and tired from my sessions in the gym. Another recommendation I'll also give you is separating your cardio and training sessions, especially if you're trying to have the best physique possible. Having them separated allows you to have good performance in both sessions. But I'm gonna leave it there. Again, in the comments, let me know what cardio you're doing, and I'll try and help you out. I'll see what I can recommend and what can help you tremendously in 2021. I'll be happy to do that. If you did enjoy the video, hit it with a thumbs up. And if you're new, subscribe, or I'll leave the video there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.